So let's make our way onto our mat, coming into a tabletop position. And go ahead and walk your knees about mat width apart. The big toes come to touch, and then send your sit bones back onto your heels and walk the fingertips forward. Coming into child's pose. If this is too much pressure for your knees, roll up a towel or small blanket and place it directly behind them, so that when you fold back, there is more space for comfort. The head hangs heavy here, letting the forehead rest onto the mat. Shoulders are relaxed and drawn down your spine, and the breath is steady. Filling the belly with your inhale, and then drawing the navel into your spine as you exhale. Begin to settle into your practice, letting go of everything else other than this moment. Just focus on your breath. Begin to feel the length and extension in the side bodies, gently stretching our intercostal muscles, the muscles that run between the ribs. These muscles help expand and shrink the size of the chest cavity to facilitate breathing. Know that our lungs aren't muscles that fill themselves. The way our lungs fill is by manipulating our chest cavity. And the intention of this practice is just that. We'll take one more full breath here. And on your next inhale, start to walk your hands over to the left side, really reaching with the right fingertips here, emphasizing the right side body, pushing a little deeper into that intercostal side body stretch, breathing into the right side of the chest cavity. Big belly inhales, relaxed, drawn out exhales. We'll take one more full breath. And on your next inhale, walking the hands back to center, and then exhaling them over to the right side. So same thing here, reaching with the left fingertips. Now finding that length and extension on the left side. The breath is natural, and we're breathing into the side body. The shoulders are relaxed, and your attention is on your breath. Consciously breathing into the belly and the chest, expanding and opening. One more full breath. And on your next inhale, walk the hands back to center, pausing here for a moment. Now we'll make our way back to tabletop position. The shoulders are directly over the wrists and the hips are directly over the knees. I want you to bring your awareness to where you are dumping your weight into your hands. Now spread your fingers so that there is an even space between them. Grip the mat with your fingertips and then press into the base of the fingers where they join the palm, pressing a little more through the pointer finger and thumb. This is going to keep your weight from dumping into the heels of your palm and protect your wrists. Now that we've got that, let's move into some cat-cows. On your next inhale, drop the belly towards the floor, the heart extends forward, and the gaze comes up last. Exhale, bring the navel into your spine, rounding your back, and the chin reaches towards the chest. Again, inhale, drop the belly, extend the heart forward, and the gaze comes up last. Exhale, rounding the spine, chin to chest. So go ahead and follow the natural rhythm of your breath here. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to connect. Awakening the spine and lubricating the vertebrae. And take one more full breath. And then come back to center. So from here, go ahead and extend your right arm straight out from the side. And then weave the hand underneath your chest over to the left side. The head and the shoulder relaxes onto the mat, and you can use your left fingertips to press into the floor for a deeper twist. And stay here if it's comfortable, or extend your left arm up and overhead, breathing into this gentle side body stretch. Opening and expanding the back of the lung cavity. keeping the breath steady and relaxed. On your next inhale, bring your left palm underneath your shoulder and then press into the mat, coming back to center. Other side. Extend the left arm straight out and then weave it underneath and over to the right. Rest the head and the shoulder onto the mat and press into this twist. Again, leaving the right hand underneath the shoulder if you'd like, or choosing to extend it up overhead, lengthening through the right fingertips. Really reaching and breathing into the right side body. Take one more full breath here. Fill the belly with your inhale and soften with your exhale. And then bring your right hand underneath your shoulder, pressing into the mat, gently coming back to center. From here, we'll begin to connect the breath with movement, walking through the first round slowly, then shifting into a quicker pace to match the natural rhythm of our breath. On your next inhale, tuck your toes so that they are underneath your heels. Start to fill the belly towards the floor and expand the chest forward, gaze coming up last. Then as you exhale, pressing into your hands and shifting your sit bones back and up, coming into down dog. When you arrive, wrap your shoulders around onto your back and let your head hang heavy, gazing towards your toes and pressing your heels towards the floor, keeping the core activated and your toes gently lifted. Shifting the majority of your weight into your upper palm and fingertips. Keep that weight from dumping into the heel of your wrists. What I want you to do now is start to move in your down dog. Down dog is one pose that should be a resting pose, but I mean, when I started yoga and the teacher said that, I thought she'd lost her mind. So what makes it a bit easier is to move. Just move into your legs, alternating bending and stretching the knees, gently twisting into your hips, and feel free to do this anytime in your down dog if you feel that it's really intense. So coming back to a still downward facing dog, on your next inhale, coming up onto your toes and shifting your shoulders directly over your wrists and into a plank position. Core is strong here and the heels are pressing back, exaggerating the length and extension through the entire back body. Exhale, bend the elbows towards the back, keeping them hugged into the sides. Slow and controlled, lower all the way down to the belly. Inhale, untuck your toes and peel your shoulders back, extending your heart forward. Exhale, lower back down and then press evenly into your palms, pushing your sit bones back onto your heels and coming into a child's pose. So we'll run through the next couple rounds with our breath. The intention here is to keep our inhales full and our exhales controlled, consciously breathing into each movement. So on your next inhale, come into tabletop, tuck your toes, extend the heart forward, gaze comes up last. Exhale, press the sit bones back into downward dog. Inhale, shifting forward into plank. And exhale, lower down, slow and controlled. Inhale, untuck the toes and peel your shoulders back. Exhale, pressing into child's pose. One more round. Inhale, tabletop, tuck your toes, extend forward. Exhale, pressing back to downward dog. Inhale, shifting to plank. Exhale, lower down. Untuck the toes. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, release, coming into child's pose. And pausing here, letting the head rest onto the mat and coming back to your breath. All right, now we're getting into the fun stuff. We're going to transition into our diaphragm stretches. Before we begin, I'm going to walk you through one, then we'll do 3 together. If you've previously learned these and have your own technique, feel free to continue into your own practice. Either way, 3 is going to be the maximum number we do, whether it's following along with me or on your own. So let's begin. Walk your hands back and come into a bent knee sitting position. The toes can be tucked or untucked, whichever is comfortable. You're going to take a couple relaxed natural breaths here, and while you're breathing, I want you to watch me demonstrate one. Beginning with a natural breath in, then exhale, bending forward, pushing all of the air out of your lungs, gently shifting side to side, manipulating any extra air out until your lungs are completely empty. Come into tabletop, pressing your navel into your spine, rounding your back for just a moment, then coming into a flat back. Head is neutral. Now begin to purse your lips into a small airway and slowly begin to inhale as if you're sucking air through a straw. If this is uncomfortable, that means you're doing it right. Inhale fully, then exhale, pressing into child's pose. Okay, now we'll do it together. Walk your hands forward so that your hips come up and you get a deep streamlining stretch in the upper chest and shoulders. Take a few breaths here. Then on your next inhale, press back and come into a bent knee position. Take a relaxed breath in and a relaxed breath out. Relaxed breath in. Relaxed breath out. Relaxed breath in. Now bending at your hips, exhaling all of the air out of your lungs. Manipulating from side to side, really reaching over. Coming into that tabletop position, pressing your navel into your spine, rounding the back for just a moment, then coming into a flat back. Head is neutral. Begin slowly inhaling as if you're sucking through a straw. Becoming aware of any sensations that you're feeling and know the value it is to feel them. Once you inhale fully, pause, then exhale into child's pose. Take a few breaths here. Again, we'll walk the hands forward, bringing the hips up, coming into that nice streamlined stretch. Take a few breaths here, really breathing into the upper body. And then gently walking back to that bent knee sitting position. Take a relaxed breath in, relaxed breath out. Relaxed breath in, relaxed breath out. Relaxed breath in, bend at the hips, exhaling all of the air, side to side, really reaching, get all of that air out. Come into tabletop, pressing your navel into your spine, rounding your back for just a moment. Then coming into a flat back, head is neutral. Slowly inhale as if you're sucking through that straw. Again, bring your awareness to any sensations that you're feeling. Once you inhale fully, pause, then exhale into child's pose. Pausing here for just a moment. Last one. Come back to that streamlined stretch, hips up, and take a few breaths here. And then walk your hands back, coming into that sitting position. And take a relaxed breath in, relaxed breath out. Relaxed breath in, relaxed breath out. Relaxed breath in. Bend at your hips, getting all of the air out, side to side. Tabletop, press your navel into your spine, rounding the back. Then come to flat back. Head is neutral. Slow and controlled. Inhale, sucking through that straw. Are you beginning to feel how easier this is getting by the third one? Hopefully you are. We're conditioning our diaphragm for longer breath holds and depth. Inhale fully, pause, and exhale, press back to child's pose. Relax here. And let the arms just rest. Don't worry about extending the fingertips. Just come into your breath, releasing any tension in the face and the shoulders. Keep the breath steady and natural. And on your next inhale, gently press back to that comfortable bent knee sitting position. And close your eyes and let your hands just rest on your thighs. And come back to that stillness. Come back to your breath. And just taking a moment to honor this time you set aside for yourself and for your freediver growth. I thank you for allowing me to guide you through a gentle pre-dive stretch. May your breath be nourished and your dives be strong. Namaste.